watch Survivor, and when the show ends, you really want to talk about it with like-minded friends. It might be hard to find some, but don't you shed a tear. Check out the Purple Rock Podcast, and this is what you'll hear. John will make some dumb jokes, Andy likes to yell and curse, and if they're not available, the backup hosts are so much worse. Spend the whole time being jerks, telling you you're wrong, and so we got this other jerk to sing you our theme song. It's the Purple Rock Survivor Podcast.
Welcome to the Purple Rock Survivor Podcast. I am John. My co-host is Andy, and we were once again voted the sexiest Survivor podcast for the third year running. But of course, much like the fan voting this season, that vote was also rigged. And speaking of voting, Andy, did you vote for the tribe swap this season?
Probably not. I honestly have no memory.
I don't either. I feel like that
I don't
got
remember
50-50.
it being an option, but apparently it was.
Yeah. Well, apparently the people have spoken, and they voted for a tribe swap. Also, before we get into too deep here, I think it's very important that we also shout out Heat legend Bam Adebayo for his 83. Definitely the Heat legend I always assumed would get there. And it was amazing to watch. Again, as you said, what was your favorite free throw?
Yeah, I think he's just shot 6 more while we were just doing this talking in the course of this podcast. Oh, no, he's gone to the line again.
Yep.
Just
also,
thrilling.
And yet I love my fucking coach just being like, eat a dick, critics. Like, yeah, that team's tanking. Eat shit. We destroyed them. I let Bam just jack all night, just shoot whatever the fuck he wanted.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Bam is jacking it. Yeah, I follow in the middle. Like the fucking hot takes of like, oh, think of Kobe. All those are ridiculous and funny, and they should be dunked on. I don't take like offense to it, but like, let's not pretend that it wasn't a bunch of bullshit at the end.
Oh, of course it was. Yeah.
But I did like Spo being like, yeah, fuck you.
Right.
Because that's what they deserve.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they're trying to lose. We'll help them do that in a humiliating fashion.
Frankly, I hope this just inspires more. You know, like every time that people have to, and sorry, everyone, you timed in for Survivor. Fuck it, you're getting this. Every time that somebody's playing one of the like 12 teams intentionally trying to lose in the NBA, just be like, we're setting records tonight.
Just torch their ass. Yeah, I think it's a great strategy. All right, so let's get back to some Survivor here. Well, we might have some people that we'd like to see get torched later on too. So anyway, did you like this episode?
Yes, it wasn't as good as the first two. This is strategically is pretty simple. But I suppose there hasn't been a whole lot of elite level strategy. But like, I like these people. I like the vibe so far. Seeing them shuffled up and some new dynamics at play. There's some interest. I've enjoyed my time watching. How about yourself?
Yeah, I mean, to the point that I'm wondering why I was ever worried about the season, like just because the cast was a weird mix, right? Like it's just, it's been great. Like I've enjoyed, you're right. This is probably the weakest of the 3 episodes, but it was still very good. I very much enjoyed myself. Definitely no like looking at the clock, like, all right, going to wrap this thing up. It didn't even matter that there was, there was some interesting wrinkles. Like even if, some of the tribes like didn't like there was an outcome I very much wanted to happen with a certain tribe losing, which didn't happen, but that's okay. Even then I was like, I'm still enjoying watching all these people interact.
Yeah, and I'll say like I'm less worried about the cast, although I suppose there is kind of one thing looming that we'll get to it. I am a little worried about one thing that could portend this season, but we'll talk about that later. But like as for right now, it's been all good. It's been fun. Basically, I'm worried. It's like don't mess this up, Survivor. You've got a good thing going. Yeah.
One thing I did notice though is that I don't think I've ever heard Billie Eilish's name that much in my entire life.
Well, I love it.
It keeps happening.
Like, oh yeah. There's no doubt that like if they try and shorten that up, like we got the Boomerang Idol.
No.
Production's like, what? Cut! Whoa! Cut! you have to say the whole thing, Christian or Rick.
Right.
Because yes, it's never just, we got this idol, we got this boomerang idol. No,
Nope.
it is always
The
Billie Eilish boomerang idol, a registered trademark of the Survivor Co. Yeah, and to the point, like I had that thought is, like imagine if Tony had gotten the Billie Eilish boomerang idol. First off, he'd be like, "Oh, there's Billie Eilish." I don't know, but then like he would like ding ding ding,
No,
and like he would just be telling a different story for a different made up idol of this. Like, oh, this is the Eddie Murphy idol. It does all like just whatever, like, and it would just give you so much freedom because like there's the thing when you're Cirie, and you hear that there's something called the Billie Eilish boomerang idol, you kind of have to believe it at that point because it's like, who the fuck would make that up?
That's what I'm saying. It's like at a certain, like, which celebrity name could you say that people will be like, that's ridiculous. There's no way it's called that. There's none. There are none.
I mean, she's one of the biggest stars of music, so it's not even like some kind of part timer or whatever. It's like,
right.
Okay, well, that's
I
insane.
feel like,
but if you're saying it, like, it must be true.
The move, by the way, is like you found the Billie Eilish idol, right? So like the next one, you got to be like, well, I found the Sia idol. You know, because like there's already a built-in, we know there's a Sia connection to Survivor. You just like, I found the Sia idol.
What would the Sia idol be? It's like it gives you full immunity throughout the game, but if you can hold on to the idol past the game, if you like end the game and you still have the idol, so you're disincentivized to play it, you get money.
Actually, what it does is it keeps your chicken safe. That's the only thing you can use it on is to keep the chicken safe. Yeah, I really don't understand. It reminds me of the Parks and Rec thing where like Perd Hapley was a character, but you had to call him Perd Hapley. You didn't just say Perd. So you just have to say the full name of the idol. It's not just a boomerang idol. And
I'm convinced that production's like, you have to say it.
Sorry,
you have to say it. The flip side, I suppose, is like, I don't know, maybe if I am on like Survivor and I find this thing called the Billie Eilish boomerang idol, I'll be like, I'm fucking saying that every time.
I think I would too, just to hang a lantern.
I am never calling it a boomerang idol again. It is the Billie Eilish boomerang idol.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. You got to like clown on it. Like just enjoy the moment, right? Like this is the cheesy shit that you're like, I know this is fun cheesy shit. We'll get to some stuff later. That's maybe not so much fun cheesy shit.
I'm not even doing acronyms. It's the Billie Eilish boomerang idol.
That's right.
Much like we never called that gentleman Chris on Ghost Island.
Absolutely not. He is Chris Noble, and he will always be Chris Noble. Speaking of beloved characters,
yes,
there was a moment in this episode. I don't know if you, it's possibly because I'm far more invested than you are. I don't know if you are on this level. So tell me. We got Angelina's tribe going into tribal council, which has not yet happened this season. And for a moment there, I was like, oh my God, what if having waited for whatever amount of years, 7, I think she said, this is it. This is all I got. What if I only got 3 Angelina episodes, 2 of which she's not even really in? Like there was this moment of like, this can't be it. We can't be done. And and then we got like the White Lotus cameo too. And and I was like, oh my God. I was like, no, this can't be happening. Were you a little freaked out we were going to lose her?
I mean, when they mentioned it, it's like, well, I mean, it makes sense.
I mean, she's legit the weakest player for challenges in that group, right? Like it does make sense.
All other elements of it, and like the there's 3 David versus Goliath people. Like it all makes sense. The solace I took was it's like this feels too soon.
Well, right. I feel like if they knew they were going to lose her that soon, we would have gotten more of her.
For me, it was too soon in the episode. It's like, this is the first one they bring up. But, like, the plan isn't going to stay the plan the whole way through. Like, I feel like we got some time here for the grounds to shift. It's like, I'm not sure how they're going to shift. And then, like, you remember, well, wow, one of the people pushing this plan cannot vote.
Right.
So there's that.
Yeah.
So then, like, I'm on alert. But it's still like DEFCON 3, like it's still not as high,
Yeah, I mean, it kind of felt like the Cirie discussion in the first episode where it's like, oh, it would absolutely make sense for them to get rid of her. But like, I don't know. I'm kind of hopeful, kind of confident that they won't. And then just like, once a couple Q votes got read, I was like, oh, okay, thank God. I can breathe a sigh of relief now. And I say that despite the fact that, like, I enjoyed Q on this season. I mean, we can discuss him a little more detail, but, like, yeah, he was a fun ad. I thought he fit very well with the vibe here.
Yeah, and, like, there's disappointing because, Q actually was great, and he could have been more. But, yeah, much like in the first episode, I was like, it's too bad Jenna went so soon, but better you than Cirie.
That's right.
It's the same deal. Sorry, Q. Come out the queen, you best not miss.
That's right.
But what was really disappointing is that for a certain point, they were discussing Stephanie. I'm like, fuck yeah!
I know, that would have been the move. And yet,
but
no.
As soon as Mike's like, and I'm like, come on.
I know.
This is why we can't have nice things.
I know. It was disappointing because she's sitting right there. Go ahead. Oh, I could have had.
Mike, do you recall though? You don't know this, but she super sucked.
Yeah. I don't know how plugged in to the to the type of people that he's playing with. You know, like he's kind of busy. He's got other things going on.
Yeah. Well, and also the big thing that revealed it was after they taped this. So, yeah. But so he decides it's Q, and then Christian makes similar moves and decisions, and it's like, I guess the question, as these things always are, was like, was Q the right decision? There's kind of like two factions that are in on this. Obviously, there's the David versus Goliath 3-0. Why don't we call it that?
Yeah, they're almost there.
And then Emily and Ozzy would be the other pairing. So, like, for for Mike's group, was Q the right decision?
I mean, yes, because I feel like you can now get rid of Emily next and you're still safe. The thing is, what blew my mind was Mike just openly saying to Stephanie, well, I mean, I'm going to vote for you. Which
that was interesting.
I get that was his, like, I mean, he then tells us later this was an actual plan that he had, was to, like, openly tell Stephanie it's going to be her and then vote for Q, and, like, that they should go about this in a way which, yes, was going to work. Like, Q was going to be deceived. Correct. But it's still fucking weird to do that.
Yeah. It's weird, but it's like, kind of bold.
Yeah.
And I think, like, he can get away with that because he already has kind of an irreverent personality. It's just kind of, hey, and there's probably, like, the vibe of, like, Mike's just here, to have a good time or whatever. But it's kind of devious. And I do like the way he laid it out. It's like, well, it's been a day. I'm obviously not going to turn on the people I know for people I just met,
Right.
Kind of presenting like if we had a longer time, maybe the ground would have shifted, but I have a day. I need to go with who I trust.
Yep.
And then, when it was just like, so we're going to vote for you, Stephanie. He's like, whoa, okay, that's weird. And then, when he tells us, it's like, you know what, that's kind of clever. And I will say, I mean, I can't deny Q was a much better choice for that group than Stephanie, because, I mean, I can't sit here after, like, his whole season being like, you can't keep that kind of chaos around. You got to vote this out. It's not going to work. It's going to backfire. And for several people, including at least one person on this cast, it did.
Yep.
And then turn around and be like, oh, no, you should have voted out Stephanie. It's like, I want you to vote out Stephanie, but Q makes more sense. And then the other reason that I believe it was Mike that gave was like, I don't want to piss off Q here afterwards.
Yes. Yeah. And I totally understand that. That's totally reasonable. Also may have played into his decision-making process. Q did say last time that he voted for the person that deserved or that needed the money the most. Yeah. So you can imagine if you're Mike White that maybe doesn't need the money the most, you still want to win. You probably don't want Q on that jury.
Yeah, no, absolutely. If you're Mike White, you should look at this cast and be like, I don't want Q to be around it. Right. For that reason. And again, forget if I'm Mike White. If I am in this season of Survivor, Q is not somebody I want around, because that kind of chaos is just, I fundamentally do not believe in playing with chaos. I find chaotic players are more dangerous than even, like, people that you know are against you. Obviously, like, some people have been able to manage that. I don't have that kind of game. It's like I'm not Boston Rob with Phillip or whatever.
Right.
And a lot of people, thought that they could do that and went home as a result. I would rather just, like, the person that I cannot predict is the most dangerous person.
We can get into some discussion in a minute. as
very
to who the
soon.
most dangerous player is.
All right.
But yeah,
we're on the same wavelength, by the way.
yeah.
So then the other people then decide. So yeah, that's 3 votes, but it could have been a tie, right?
Yeah.
And they should know that it's a tie. It wasn't discussed in the episode, but Ozzy knows full well that Q does not have a vote.
Right.
He was there when he lost it. Unless, of course, he's forgotten it, like people forget that they have shot in the darks.
Yes.
Which Q is not one of them, by the way. Q was not he could not play the shot in the dark this episode.
Right.
You need to have a vote in order to play it. But so Emily and Ozzy flip, and Emily's, pushing, let's do Q. And Ozzy's like, well, can we just do Do first and then Q? Do you think it was the right decision for them?
Well, here's the one thing I wonder, because there was a very abrupt cut in the episode that made me think like, whoa. I needed more information than you just denied me. Because like, did Q explain what the boomerang idol is? Like, he clearly stated, we saw him saying to Ozzy, like, oh, yeah. So we found the idol and we gave it to you, Genevieve. He actually does credit Genevieve, gave it to you. And then...
Yeah, he does. I doubt, he says. But if you get him voted out...
Well, but that's what I'm saying. He mentions the boomerang thing.
Oh, yeah.
But
it's like, what part is boomerang?
Right, but then, that would prompt a question, I feel like. You wouldn't just hear like, oh, boomerang idol, and then just be like, no further questions, Your Honor. Like, and I
feel like there is a prominent feature to boomerang, some kind of behavior.
Exactly. To the point that, maybe I get that Ozzy is not the most strategically adept player. I understand that. But I feel like maybe some wheels start spinning in there. And if Q has not explained what it is, Ozzy might be like, follow-up question, what the fuck did you call it? Because, if he knows now that that's part of it, then it's like, oh no, I cannot have this person around because they might have some vested interest. If he's got some alliance with Genevieve, he might want me out so that she can get that idol back. Fuck no. So there's like a possible added incentive for Ozzy's vote, but we can't possibly know that because we didn't see the explanation.
And all we have is the edit. I'll say, maybe it's just not the descriptor you get hung up on when you first hear about it. Maybe you kind of toss aside the boomerang
so you think those first 2 words
Billie Eilish? What?
Maybe, you know what? Maybe that's why it's called the Billie Eilish Boomerang Idol, because you get so hung up on the fact that it's named after her that you don't go any further, and that you're like, hold on.
Wait a second.
Why her?
Does she have a song named Boomerang?
Right, exactly. Right. And honestly, if you told me she did, I'd be like, probably. That sounds right. Yeah. I don't know.
But you'd still be like, there's got to be more to Boomerang, though, right? Like, they could have called it the Billie Eilish bad guy idol.
Right. And then I'd be like, that makes sense. They should have a bad guy idol.
But yeah, and then I suppose the other part of the decision making that we haven't gone over, and it's probably pretty key, is Q's master strategy deployed over so many more seasons and episodes than you think. Frankly, more than anybody else who has ever deployed such a strategy of vote for me.
Yep.
Who knew that there could be a potential downside to such an idea?
Can't believe it, man. What a wild outcome that no one could have seen coming.
Again, it worked more for him than you would expect.
Right. I mean,
usually that's like hey, damn, they did it.
Right.
But if you're that successful and he lasted so much longer post-merge than in his last time than you would have expected, I guess it's like, if it ain't broken, don't fix it.
Yeah, it's house money at this point, right? Just like, fuck it. I may as well just let it ride. Just keep doing this vote for me thing.
And then shit. I didn't know they were allowed to do that.
Right.
Now, here's the interesting part is, and I we don't know that there is this element because it just was kind of his go-to move. Sometimes you pump fake even when they're not jumping. It actually would make strategic sense if he truly thinks that he's lined up a tie vote situation. Them voting for him is much better than them voting for Steph, because after the tie is broken, or when now it's time to revote, the people who had votes against them are not allowed to vote. Well, his side wouldn't lose a vote if he's the one who's the votes are on.
Right.
Now it would be 3-2. Whereas if the vote is Stephanie, after the revote, it's still 2-2. So there is like strategy, like there is a strategic reason. Is that why he did it? I don't know. I mean, he said as much in exits, but I think I don't know how reliable a narrator Q is.
That's the problem.
things. But just like forget whether he knew it at the moment, figured out it's true. It's true that if he's really trying to go 3-3, this is all it, then it's better the votes are on him than they are if they're on Stephanie.
Well, and that's the thing is like, if this was not a strategy he deployed in the past,
yes.
I think we might be more willing to believe like, oh yeah, no, that was an actual legit strategic move. No, this is just a thing that he does. And so it's like, I mean, sure, coincidentally this time, it might have been strategically the best move. But yeah.
Yeah, the group got rid of the chaos that is Q.
But quick aside though, before we move on, because why am I finding Ozzy so rootable this season? Like
me too, man.
That hair choice alone, it should make me be like, I'm out. But no, it's just the guy who's just, he swims good. Like that's his whole thing. And I'm like, Ozzy, I'm so glad you're sticking around. Yeah. Like, good job, buddy. What? This is not how my Survivor experience goes with Ozzy.
I have no idea. It's maybe that the long-term vet that you never really cared for on another team, but now he's been in the league so long. It's like, that guy. Not like how at the end, like Kobe was kind of rootable, even though he was always an asshole. And the other thing,
yeah. Not guilty, by the
man.
way. So
yeah, I mean,
it didn't happen.
There was never actually a judgment. They just settled. But yes.
There you go. So anyway, that's just, it continues to amaze me. I'm like, I'm all on board on Ozzy. I would be genuinely disappointed if Ozzy got voted out, which just never happened in the time watching Survivor. And now
as the tide is turning, I'm like, wait, he's found a little ally in Emily.
Yeah.
The person who has been wanting to get him out for the past several days.
Hey, maybe
you go, Ozzy.
Listen, let's talk a little bit about Emily.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because I had some thoughts on Emily while I was watching this episode.
The floor is yours.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but you mentioned that Q is chaotic presence. You don't want someone like that around. He definitely has that rep, right? Like, no doubt. You don't want that kind of totally unpredictable. You don't fucking know what this guy is going to do. You can't align with him. Think of all the terrible outcomes that could come with aligning with Q. You don't know what he's going to fucking say. You don't know what he's going to do. This episode, genuinely, like, I don't know if Emily could possibly be a worse ally or play a worse game, to the point that I was just like, I don't think she has an internal monologue. Like, it is, nothing stays inside the head. It all comes out. No secret is safe. Just all the words as they're generated straight out of the mouth. Just no thought given to them. They popped in the head, immediately to the mouth. No consideration as to who they should be said to. None of it. Just immediately. Because of one thing, Christian telling her on the mat, like, hey, Aubrey has an idol. Like, trying to give her some quick information. And suddenly, she fills in all the gaps. Asks no further questions. Admittedly, maybe not the time. Fair. But also, all that said, she immediately jumps to the conclusion, fuck this guy. Oh my God, I'm gonna burn this bridge to the fucking ground. And just goes off, tells everybody everything she possibly can. Look at this, I'm gonna flip it now. I'm gonna get this whole new alliance. We can't have been much longer because, again, as Mike mentioned, I've known you for a day, right? So they haven't had a whole lot of time together. Within the course of that day, realizes, oh shit, no, that might have been a terrible idea. Immediately flips back 180 the other direction. And it's just like, no. I'm back in with Christian. I love
10 toes down on this Angelina.
Yes,
alliance.
that's it. It's me. Hug it out, bro. Like we are tight. Sisters to the end.
That's right.
And
by the way, Christian, I need to tell you what I did.
Oh my God. Just an absolute clusterfuck of an episode. And now, having said all that, like I did not enjoy Emily in her first season. I think partly because people did try to give her some strategic credit, and I was never very impressed. Now, look, if this is the Emily we're going to get, fuck yes, bring her back again. I like fun bad players. She is a train wreck. This was awful, and I enjoyed watching it.
As chaotic as Q, and frankly more
so.
Q was pretty, like, he had locked it down this season compared to
I was going to say, who would you rather have as an ally? Like the person that's
there's
tight with you?
no doubt. Or at least
That's
like
what I'm
of the
saying.
versions we have, right?
Yeah.
The ones we have seen this, obviously past Q, not at all.
Sure, yeah.
But yeah, no, she was a disaster. And it's like, I was already shouting at the screen like when she first like cuts a confessional about the moment with Christian. It's like, I don't know if I can trust him based on information he gave you.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, his honesty really showed me that I don't know if I can trust him. It's like, he's telling you. What are we talking about here?
Right. Like, maybe if you might, understandably, you might have some questions like, oh my God, how long did you know? Why didn't you tell me? Just ask those fucking questions. If you don't get satisfactory answers, sure, burn the bridge. Like, hey, man, that was fucked up that he didn't come tell me first. Fine. Okay. But, find out before you just jump to the conclusion and then just, light a match.
But yeah, this isn't information you found out secondhand. Like, oh my God, he's really not telling me. This isn't like fucking Eva sneaking out to go get the idol in the middle of the night and then being like skulked by a shadowy figure. You know this because he told you. That seems like trustworthy ally behavior to me. And it's not like so many days, like, oh, I'm a fool. They had this idol this whole time and they weren't telling me. It's like, this is like day 5, okay? Yep. So like maximum amount of time is it was withheld for 5 days. And yeah, and this just made me think of her first game, which, yeah, again, the journey is what everybody loved. And, she gave a little fun confessional where she's holding a wine glass. Oh, I'm Emily Flippin', which is at this point like nominative determinism.
Yeah,
name.
For sure.
But it's like, yeah, man, she sucked. And then like Caleb pulled her aside, like almost like a kicked puppy, and be like, "Hey, maybe just chill a bit." And she's like, "Okay, yeah." And then she was flipping a bunch then too. Yep. And then like Caleb gets into trouble, and it's fine. She had to cut bait. There was no saving that guy. And then like she had chances of flipping the game, much like everybody else that season. And then like credit to D and the people that she was with, she never did because like all it took was like somebody being nice to her for a few minutes. Gets her on your side, right? Yep. She's all what she wants to get rid of Ozzy, and then like Cirie talks to her. It's like, okay, yeah, whatever Cirie says. Right. She was already like, fuck it. The guy was totally dishonest with me when he told me about an idol.
And that's it.
So I said, I'm flipping. I'm giving all the information that I can to these people I just met because, Q wants me as an ally. That makes me feel so special. So then she gives all the information. And then Angelina's nice to her. And it's like, I've never felt this connection. Angelina was so nice. I feel so bad. I don't want to vote for her. It's just like, yeah, she's just really bad.
And it didn't even stop
as you
there.
Said, it could be entertainingly bad, but it's bad.
And it didn't stop there because, as you mentioned, she was supposedly all in on wanting to get Ozzy out. And then this episode's like, Ozzy, I really respect you. Like, I want to work with you. Okay, sure. I mean,
where was this yesterday?
Right. I mean, that could have been bullshit. Who knows? But all the same, like, it just blows my mind that, like, Q gets called a crazy player, bad player, all these things. It's like, Emily's going to skate by? We're just going to let her skate by? No. Fuck that. She was so much more of a train wreck than... She might have been worse in this episode than Q was his whole first season.
This was a train wreck, and just the nature of the game and the moment in time, she was never in any danger. I will say, like higher level players would have saw her doing that and be like, "Yeah, how about we all just vote Emily out?" But like, I understand it's like one day, and this is a moment you're trying to gather your numbers. But like Christian, you got to cut bait now.
Well, that's
they don't
the
have
thing.
Numbers. You have numbers. What could she do to ensure that you have any level of trust?
Yep. Yeah, and that's why I was saying, like, for that David versus Goliath group, that's the move. Now that you've got Q gone, like, if you lose again, Emily is the target. Like, yeah,
it should be easy to do. Like, apparently Mike and Ozzy are good buds. Yeah, that's interesting to learn.
Because of restaurant.
Yeah, sure. That's how it works in returning seasons.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like this is not any kind of choo-choo you want to mess with. I know, like apparently Christian and Emily play video games or something together. That's fine. Do that later. But it's just like there's just a deep insecurity with her that like anytime. And I also think, and maybe this is related to her job. She's a financial analyst or whatever.
Yeah, someone has suggested that I needed to name her for the fantasy league financial analyst Emily Flippin, and I was like, I am tempted, but that's a lot of typing, so no.
Yeah, well, it's like I think that was the meme because it was always like her Chiron.
Right.
But yeah, it's like I think in any given situation, she is just quick and immediate to flip to the negative potential consequence.
Yep.
And you can say that would be an asset in Survivor. But the problem is like everything has a negative one. You also need to kind of be like, hey, okay, that's the potential negative, but I'm going to have to trust that this other side, again, you feel betrayed by Christian because he told you.
Right. And the
he
thing
told
is,
you.
The phrase is healthy skepticism, right?
Yes.
You're not skeptical of everything. Like you're skeptical, and then you're like, I shouldn't be. I should trust this because this guy was my ally. We did work together, and he did tell me some information. Don't need to be skeptical about that.
Yeah.
That seems pretty solid ground.
But just like getting that, and it's like, oh, then he just told me right then, so that really tells me where I stand. It's like, it should tell you stand in a very good position because here's the thing, he didn't have to fucking tell you.
That's the thing.
He didn't even know you were still going to be allies at this moment.
Right.
Because how big a sign of trust is that? It's like, we have no time. I need you to know this. This is for you. And I don't even know if this is going to help me.
And I love that, like, he goes to explain it later, and she's like, oh, yeah. He's like, yeah, because, I don't know if we're going to be staying on the same tribe. Like, are you going to be with Aubrey? Like, you need to know this information immediately. Like, we're switching tribes right now. And she's like, yeah. Like, of course, that's what it was. Like,
so that you don't get burned by this idol that we put into the game.
Damn, why was that? That thought never occurred to you? Remind me to never let this woman manage my money.
Well, again, depends on your risk profile, I suppose.
I'm a big dice roller. Fuck it. Let's do it.
If you're in the later stage of your investment, you just want to protect what you have.
Sure.
She might be great for that. Now, I wonder how she's handling the current markets.
All risk.
Yeah.
All risk. All right, so let's talk about Christian's other idol not idol, ally for a minute, because we had a moment where the buddy comedy that is Christian and Devon's, they're talking about their shared idol. They've decided it's a shared idol secret, and they're like, oh, what would make more sense? Yeah, obviously it makes more sense if we say that Devon's found it. I'm like, okay, sure. I mean, I get it. Why not? And then.
I liked, Christian's explanation. Yeah. Like, oh, sure. Like, he explains it to him, like, oh, you're the idol guy. Right. But more, it's like, then I don't have the heat. And it's like, I don't know how much heat there is for finding something you don't have. Oh, I guess because it will boomerang back on Devon's instead of him. So it's kind of a little sneaky there for Christian.
Yeah, but also, I don't think Devon's gives a shit. Like, he's just like, this is going to be fun. Let's just do it.
You want to make me sound like I'm the idol guy? That's my thing. Let's do it.
Yep. And then we got just a legendary moment of overacting where we're selling this story to Cirie that we got this Billie Eilish boomerang idol, and like Christian, like, honestly looks like when you tell a dog that you're gonna walk or go to the park, just like this is the most excited, this is the most mesmerized face, like, did you just say what I think you said? Just like in love, just pouring out of his eyes like hearts, like, wow.
It was so bad.
Oh,
but of course, Cirie isn't looking at him, so the positioning, and I like the idea. Like, again, it shows like they are like a good strategic duo, because like Rick is immediately like, okay, well, when we tell her, I need to act surprised because we don't want them to think that I already had this information beforehand, because apparently it would lead to a grand betrayal. And then, yes, that extra step was like, okay. And I guess maybe it worked out because, yes. Now, I do wonder, like, Chris, it was bad. There's no way about it. His acting was bad.
Amazing.
But he's been hamming it up so much. Like, he's just got this, like, nutty professor vibe anyway, that I wonder if people would just be like, that's just Christian.
Right. That's just how he acts. Right. Yeah. It was great, though. I mean, I very much enjoyed it.
Fantastic scene. I love their dopey buddy stuff. Some people, because the world is the way it is, and people are also allowed to have different opinions. They're already starting to be like, and there's like this whole thing, people, they're not acting natural, they're just playing up their persona. It's like, yeah, welcome to fucking reality television.
Right.
And again, I suppose if you don't like that sort of thing and you like the purity of new seasons, I don't mind. Obviously, it can get bad, like every returning season, Rupert tries on a new persona and they mostly suck. Like that part's stuff, but like, yeah, just Christian being like, I'm gonna be more of the clown. Yeah, bring it on, because I find it funny.
Yes. Also, to our earlier point, they tell Cirie it's the Billie Eilish boomerang idol, and she's like, the Billie Eilish boomerang idol. Like, again, it's so insane that you're like, yeah, I mean, I get that's got to be true. Because why would you name it that? It doesn't make sense that you would. You must be telling me the truth. I think there's a strategy in this now. Like, future players should just give shit insane names to where like someone would be like, no one would make that up. So that must be true. Like, it's a good strategy. I mean, it's obviously a real thing this time, but like, future players take note. Like, that's what you should do. Just go balls to the wall with your insane explanation of what an advantage is called and what it does. And people will believe you. I feel like that 100% going to work.
Yeah, it almost feels like you're sneaking in one of the phrases from like back when they did that with wear advantage.
Yeah.
This is my green grass. What I can't remember.
Yeah, like frog in a mailbox or some shit.
Yeah,
whatever
butterfly,
say.
whatever thing. Yeah, idol. Boom, did it. Yeah. Hey, no wear advantages so far this season. That's not so bad.
Yeah, I'm in on the Billie Eilish boomerang idol. We'll see how this shakes out.
Yeah, people didn't have to give up their vote for that. They just had to do it for other things.
That's right.
So the tribe swap happens, and the first thing we get on New Sela is the idea that Cirie is not in a good spot. That Dee and Jonathan recognize that Cirie is way too likable and dangerous.
Yeah,
and they should get rid of her.
Yeah, I mean, how do you think the internet that was all in on Dee as this amazing, strategic, wonderful winner, like girl power in this early women's alliance thing that was going on an episode or two ago, do you think that opinion shifted at all?
I genuinely do not know, because maybe they'd be like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I mean,
anytime somebody brings up voting Cirie, I'm like, piss on you and and your whole family, but also I get it. You're
right. Well, the thing is, like, I do get it, but also, I mean, once you get close to the merge, why? I feel like you maybe keep Cirie around, like.
Well, I mean, and that's kind of the point they're making, though.
Right?
It's like, we should do it now, because if it's the merge, she's not going anywhere.
Right?
I know some people like cast some doubt on that, but no, it's true. Cirie's at her most dangerous and most vulnerable pre-merge, when there's not a lot of advantages for having her around.
Yep.
And then, much like any non-challenge threat, people aren't trying to target you in the first part of the merge. They're trying to get rid of people that they might not be able to get rid of later.
Yep.
And kudos to Jonathan and Dee for recognizing that. And it could have been Dee who mentioned it. It could have been Jonathan knowing that, because apparently he's friends with Boston Rob now, who fed him a lot of advice.
No way, really?
Yeah, that's a real thing.
Okay, sure. That's amazing. Also, I'm now obviously a big Jonathan fan, because he's keeping two of my faves alive.
That's the kind of point. I'm like, they hear that, and then once again, your fave Cirie is in trouble, and I'm like, nah, I don't buy it.
Nope.
She's just not going to. Yeah, I'm sure that is true. The things that they're saying, I think other people in that tribe could potentially believe that. I just don't think she's going to tribal council. I've seen this movie before.
Yep.
They did this all throughout the pre-merge Game Changers, and I believe it was true. If she had ever gone to tribal council in that time, she probably would have gone home.
Yep.
But not with Jonathan. And then Camilla on puzzles. That group's safe.
Yep. Agreed. And we saw it tonight. Even like in a situation where it wouldn't seem like, that wasn't really Camilla's puzzle skill necessarily, to a degree. And that wasn't, Jonathan's strength necessarily, but like still dominated. And I feel like, the next challenge or two that they're going to get in this format also going to dominate. So I'm feeling very good right now about Cirie and Camilla's spot.
Yeah. And just like Charlie's also a very good competitor too, especially for Survivor type challenges.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, we should talk a little Charlie. You want to talk some Charlie?
Yes.
Because Charlie had a moment, which honestly, it was one of the highlights. There were many this episode, but this was definitely one of my favorites. Is we got a flashback scene, which was great, and just Rizzo just giving no heed at all to like, I wonder how well it will go over if I ask Charlie about getting fucking burned.
There's no tact. It's amazing.
No, just like,
hey, Charlie, you know that most painful memory of your life?
No, I'm not going to.
How's that going?
Not going to sugarcoat this. I'm just going to go straight in and see.
Just
how
as
he
a
handles
fan,
it, right?
I want to know. Do you hang out with Maria? And he's like, damn, man.
It was funny. It was like
his life.
You could hear like the record scratch moment where it's just like it was full silence, just, and then Charlie's
I'm sure there was somebody like, oh no, he didn't.
Charlie's just like, yeah, no, I actually haven't talked to her since the finale, actually. So then we get the flashback, which was great, and so then, like,
this is after Charlie and Rizzo have moments on the hammock.
Yeah,
they're telling him about the Billie Eilish Boomerang Idol.
God, so it's like, this Rizzo guy. Yeah, like he's really helping me out. Like, oh, okay, I can see this. Like, yeah, he's feeding me some good information. Maybe there's something here. And then,
except
then flashback happens, and like it was so perfectly edited, by the way, because
it's just
where Charlie is like, oh, also this thing happened. Like I want to trust Rizzo, but then this thing happened, and now we're going back in time, and we're seeing that Rizzo asks him this, and then they ask him, oh, tell us about your season, because obviously they've never seen it, and then he's like, yeah, Sophie was my number one.
Not just Sophie Bellardi.
Yeah,
that's the whole name. That was weird.
Here's the whole fucking name.
Like, I would have been like this girl named Sophie.
Like they're gonna know, right? Like, oh, that's Sophie
Bellardi. Yeah. I think we met her at some watch party.
Right. So then he's like, yeah, that was absolutely my number one, and I was gonna take her to the end. And then they're like, oh, yeah, so she was in the end. Yeah, did you vote for her to win? No, actually, I voted for Savannah. And Charlie, like...
And then Charlie's eyes just bug out in night vision.
Immediately triggered.
But like, no! Like, he can probably just like cold sweats. Just like he's gone to a dark place in that moment. It's so like good. A heart rate starts to go like, is it normal to feel these shooting pains at my arms?
Right.
Oh, it's just amazing. Just... that's the sort of thing. Again, It wouldn't work if it was frequent, right? I don't want this to become the challenge. But this sort of thing where everybody's bringing up their baggage and like this, the way that Survivor now is just comfortable referring to the past and all of that is just this wonderfully crafted story between two people who didn't even know each other 6 days ago. It's just like, that's amazing. And what's really amazing about it is it's not even true.
Right.
Sophie wasn't his number one.
It's so good.
This is the lie he's telling to distance himself from Savannah, even though Savannah is already out of the
gone,
game.
Right? I don't like at this point. What are you doing?
And I'm just, if I had to guess, it's to continue the lies he's already told, maybe even to other groups, right? This is post-merge. Maybe he already like, oh no, Savannah and I weren't close or anything like that. So it's like he has to continue to lie, even though at this point there's like no damage to his game for that. And instead, the lie, now Charlie's like, yeah, Rizzo's got to go. I can't have him anywhere near the jury.
Amazing.
Not just I'm not going to the end or I can't partner up. It's like, he has to go now.
Right.
I cannot play in the game with somebody who wouldn't vote for their number one ally.
Yep.
And I suppose the flip side, though, Charlie, is what you could just do is just don't be his ally.
That's true. Yeah, exactly. You'd be the Savannah in this scenario. The one that's not his ride or die.
Oh, and then I don't know if we don't normally do extra content, but apparently the group chat was popping off amongst the Savannah, Rizzo, and all that.
So good.
And Savannah's like, what? Get him, Charlie.
Get him, Charlie. That was the best line.
Even Sophie was like my full government name.
Every once in a while, it's like those people were often not the most entertaining on their season, but I very much enjoyed their little group chat there. That was good.
But both instances, that and the Christian and Emily thing just shows how fucking hard this shit is.
Yep.
Because Rizzo's telling the lie to protect himself and all of that. So remove suspicions. The advantage that he has and nobody else does. The David versus Goliath people don't get to pretend what they were like. And
Right.
that might like cost him with this person he's trying to make inroads with, Charlie.
Yep.
Okay. Christian does the opposite. It's like, I'm being totally upfront, or mostly upfront. We're going to lie like that Rick found it instead of me or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to make sure that my ally knows this. And then his ally's like, oh my God, I can't trust him. Like, just what can you do? If you lie, you're screwed. If you tell the truth, you're screwed.
Right.
You're always just screwed. And that's kind of what's amazing about Survivor.
I wonder if this is, partly the post 40 players versus pre 40 players thing, where like the pre 40 players just assume the game should be played a certain way, like with, maybe some strategic acumen, like some discretion, some thought that maybe you would tell your alliance partners things that you're supposed to do, and then just have they not watched the post 40 seasons where just somehow secrets are incapable of being kept?
Yeah, because I mean, I don't have it next, but let's just do it because it's thematically. Genevieve is a post 40 player.
Yep.
And yeah, she just decides to tell everybody that she's just meeting the what's up with Aubrey. It's like, you can hold some of that back, Genevieve.
Right. Again, it's the same sort of thing as Emily, just to a much lesser degree, where it's like, I don't know if you know this, but you can keep the thought inside your head. Like, and I get she's very clear that she's like trying to build inroads with these people that she otherwise didn't know. But also, you're suddenly everyone's ally, so you're no one's ally. What are you doing?
It was everybody, like, yeah, you get in there and like, and it seems like they wanted an alliance with you and Cole, but yeah, test the ground, say to somebody. But literally, like, I'm surprised she didn't actually go to Aubrey by mistake and start shit talking. And it's like, okay, Joe, maybe somebody's like, oh, yeah, he doesn't like that, the sneaky people or whatever. One note, I hope it made the cut, but John's cat clearly just knocked over a bunch of shit in your house, right?
That is exactly what happened. I was like, was that audible? Yeah.
Well, for me, who knows if the filters are taken out.
Still at it.
Still going.
Right. It's amazing.
But yeah, like okay, you get like, it works once, it works twice, and then it's like, hey, Tiffany, I just met you. Fuck Aubrey though, right? It's like, maybe slow play that. And it's even funnier because Genevieve's like, hey, look who's developing a social game. So it's like, not you.
Nope.
Actually, no, not stay one step back.
Yeah.
Even though I know the internet will just call you social queen because you're a woman and you had some success, so it must be a social game. We can't just evaluate, different sexes based on what they actually do. It's just, that's the feminine way of playing.
I mean,
strategics and things, some of them really poorly. But yeah, she herself would be like, I didn't have a very good social game. And, not do people ever change?
I mean, I can also, if I'm trying to give like a tepid defense of her, I can also imagine looking around and feeling like you could outsmart Colby, Coach, Chrissy, and Joe when it comes to Survivor. Like, the bar seems pretty low. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I can imagine being like, look, I can run circles around these dum-dums. I get it. But that said, no, even then, no, didn't do it.
Again, that group, sure. But it's like, did you need Tiffany as well? Like, was it
right?
Just you don't know you're going to tribal council yet. It feels like you could. And also, it's like, well, I mean, if Aubrey does have the idol, what are you trying to do here? Don't you want to be like not in the line of fire for that?
Right. Man, I was, by the way, just dying to see this tribe go to tribal council. I was like, please let it happen and just let them go after Aubrey. Like, I want them to go after Aubrey and for her to know. And then that's the one thing that Aubrey could have offered me. She could have been the inanimate carbon rod that she is and finally be fucking useful in a way that would have taken out a player that I wanted gone.
Yeah, and the other thing of that tribe is like, there's really only one person that I don't want to go home. So like this, you could just close your eyes and throw to the dartboard.
Well, that's what I was saying. It's like, that's why I was like, look, if they go to tribal, almost no outcome would I be like, oh damn, that's terrible. Like, with every one of them,
the one that I don't want. I don't want Colby going home just yet. I don't think he was in any danger. So
right. Yeah. So, well, let's talk some more about that tribe, because obviously the two people I want gone the most are on that tribe, and they had an amazing interaction in this episode. Again, with the flashbacks. This one was not an overt flashback on camera. Like, we did not see a previous season, but there was definitely notes of a previous season because Coach has realized everyone hates Chrissy. Like they find her annoying as shit. I just want to.
Which imagine.
Hang on.
Like,
let me say this one more time to make it really clear. Coach Benjamin Wade Coach has realized that everyone finds someone annoying, and it's Chrissy. Like imagine, Andy, if you on this podcast said to me, I need you to stop going on your little rants and let other people talk. Could just I would be looking around for the camera like I was on the fucking Office. Like, what is happening right now?
You know what? I'll say that I can understand because people can see when it's somebody else. It's the self-reflection that a lot of, especially a Coach Wade, lacks. Like there's this kid on my basketball team, one of the ones I coach, who like sometimes apparently I hear after, he doesn't say it to me because it's good for him, like grumbles is like, you got to pass the ball more. I'm like, you are saying this? You're the most unconscionable chucker on the team.
That's what I'm saying. It's like if J.R. Smith says to you, hey man, listen, you got to look for the pass first.
Time and score.
That's right. Yeah, but like,
yes, I know Coach has the read on the situation.
Amazing.
And Chrissy did not.
So obviously, for those of you who are not longtime fans, the nod that that I was referring to there is back in Heroes versus Villains. Tyson gave essentially this speech to Coach. It was probably a little rougher around the edges. I mean, Coach really actually put it a little more gently, I think, than Tyson did. Tyson was very much like, you need to stop the stupid Tai Chi shit. Like, no one thinks you're funny. Like, the nicknames are dumb as shit. Like, everyone thinks you're annoying. Like, he just laid it all out. Whereas Coach was just like, hey, Chrissy, just maybe tone it down.
Just bring it down enough.
Right. If you could just, you're at a 10. If you could just dial it down to like a 6, that'd be great. Yeah. And, perhaps unsurprisingly, Chrissy, not a fan of that. Did not take it well. So, and I get it.
I actually had sympathy for her in that moment.
Well, and that's the thing. Part of it is the source that it's coming from. Yeah. Like, that's got to bring you pretty low, But
like, much like, the moment with Charlie, that just brings it all back. And it kind of showed and then she says like, she, at some point, I don't think at all during the game, but became aware that like a lot of her castmates didn't like her in her season. And I think, like in her regular life, she probably assumes, and it's very likely true, I don't know, that people do like her, like that she's this kind of person. So then like she thought, things have changed. I've gone through, a lot since then. Some, really genuinely tough stuff that the episode goes through.
Yep.
And it's going to be different this time. Mm-hmm. And we're like 6 days in, and or 8 days, I guess, and no, it's the same story over again. Yes. And that also echoes the Heroes versus Villains thing, right? Because Coach comes home and like he knows he got a bit of a clown at it, and now he's coming back for Heroes versus Villains, and like, why am I on the Villains tribe? I'm a hero. And then all of a sudden it's like, and Tyson says these things to him, and all of a sudden it's all flashing back. Oh, I'm the clown again.
It's so good. Yeah, I mean, just a touch of sympathy for Chrissy, but also this is the same person that I'm fairly confident was. I remember there was something where maybe she like read our site or read some bullshit. I don't remember because I am me. Why would I ever remember? But like, there was something about her on our site where she read it and was like all butthurt about it, and I was like, I mean, consider that we are all watching you, and we kind of felt that. So like, I feel like the people that were on your tribe felt it too.
I mean, I know that I made a post that like one of like the Inside Survivor wanted the various Survivor websites to like predict how the jurors would vote, and we're like, oh yeah, sure, we'll do it, and then we didn't. It's like the day that they started like, hey, do you have your post? Like, no, who's going to do that? And then I started reading other sites' posts that they were starting to pick all these jurors that were going to vote for Chrissy, and I was like, fuck, I'm turning something in. And it was just like, yeah, like the fucking pen on fire gif.
Yep.
I was supposed to be working and I don't care. No, clear my schedule. And I just went to town writing everything. Was basically nobody is voting for Chrissy was like my whole thing. And like, what? Like they thought Ben was going to vote for Chrissy. That told me everything I needed to know, that like all of the other places of Survivor, maybe not all, I don't know most of what they're saying, but like anybody saying, it's like, you've invented a show in your head.
Yep.
That you think
and a Chrissy
that Ben is going to vote for Chrissy?
Yes.
That the 3 women, like, or I think 4 young hot women are going to vote for Chrissy? Like, no! How do you not see this? It's not hidden. And again, like, there's people on our site. It's like, no, I enjoyed Chrissy because she a fun villain. Yeah, great. Perfect.
Yeah.
That's
well,
fine.
that's the thing is, like, if you're honest about what she was, if you're like, oh, I enjoyed that she was an absolute train wreck, fine. That's okay. Just don't pretend that she's something that she wasn't.
Yeah, I know. I was truly an asshole for probably, I don't know if that and Ghost Island were back to back, but it was just like I couldn't understand how people will just create realities. And then like now I'm just like, man, have your fun. I don't care. Like, but for a while, yeah. So if that was what she read, but yeah. So like again, it must be tough. But the parallels were fantastic, and I hope it doesn't take.
Right.
I hope that, because like right now it looks like there's this like alliance of honor or whatever. We see it with Coach,
speaking
Colby
of
and Joe.
Lacking reality. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, and then like, oh, and then we got Chrissy and all this. It's like, oh, that sucks. You know?
Yeah.
And then you start to worry. It's like, oh no, is this going to be like a Game Changers thing? Are there enough of them still around? Like if you're like, people will attack on Ozzy. I think that's a different play. And it's like I don't like, I like Joe enough. I'm actually rooting for Colby to do decently, hang around. Like, I actually kind of like when that happened. I wonder if Colby's like, well, I mean, of course I'm going to agree, but I actually came here to play a different game. Like he was there, searching Aubrey's bag and all of that. What do you think of their little alliance?
I mean, clearly for me, this is the axis of evil, right? Like it's if you're centering around Coach and Chrissy, it's like the opposite of that Cirie Halo effect, right? Like it's just, oh, now you're tainted. Like I'm fine with Joe. I enjoy Joe. He's a good guy, mostly entertaining-ish. And then Colby, similarly, like, Colby's back. This is great. But now, though, you've got the stink on you because you're like, let's align with Coach and Chrissy. This is a great idea.
Frankly, when Genevieve fucked up with Tiffany, I was not disappointed. Like, oh no, not Genevieve. It's more like I wanted Aubrey's idol to take somebody else.
Right. That's the problem. That's what I needed. I need the Aubrey idol to actually be useful in a way that Aubrey can't be. So,
and then like maybe Genevieve keep Colby playing a little more interesting than like the Coach and Joe. But I mean, it can still like I'm not like worried about it because like Coach's hypocrisy tends to get revealed during the course of his Survivor season. So yes, he'll talk that he's all playing with honor, but like we already saw him steal the key from Ozzy. Like, come on. Do we really mean this? I mean, yeah, you got to say it. If you're Joe, I bet literally everybody in this game who's tried to play with Joe is like, oh, I want to play a straight up honorable game with you.
Right, exactly.
It would have been so much more fun if Joe was like, yeah, I'm going to like betray them all.
I'm telling you, like that was sitting right there for Joe on a platter.
It's not going to happen.
I know. But he had the rep. He could come in and ruined it.
Yeah, so it's like on the one hand, I do want that tribe to go to tribal council because again, I could lose any of these people. Colby, I don't want to, but if it is, whatever.
Yep.
But I worry that if they do, it's like, it could just strengthen the bond of those group people, and that's pretty cringy.
Yep.
But not nearly the most cringy thing.
Oh, was there something else in the episode that really made you cringe, Andy?
Yeah, I want to talk about it, but first I need you to do this.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh man, look, it was bad enough that the rap happened.
Snaps instead of claps. Like,
it was
like this. That's beat poetry.
Woof.
Which maybe also what he thought he was doing. I know there's a commenter who's like, "Stop telling me that Jeff Probst is fun. I fucking hate him. Don't you dare say it." And look, man, I'm not going to tell you something. This was so bad.
That's the thing is like I am generally someone who appreciates the Jeff cheese, but this shit was too much.
Oh my God.
Lin-Manuel Miranda ass rap, like No, you know that this was something like he saw Hamilton. He's like, I could do that. I could pull that off. And it was bad. And just the reactions of the players were all, they're all like, this is happening right now? What? Which,
my only hope, and this is completely fan fiction made up, so is that Jeff decided to do this to embarrass the shit out of his kids. If that is the case, if that comes out, if like he says it on like the On Fire like podcast, is that still a thing? Our commenter hasn't been summarizing it for us, but like if that's out there, send that information to my hands, and then I'd be like, all right, Jeff, yeah, I'm back on board.
That would be funny as shit. Okay, yeah, that might redeem it for me. That might be the only thing that could redeem it for me.
As a dad, I can always respect debasing yourself just to mortify one's own children.
Absolutely. Yeah, that is the scenario in which it's like, okay, this makes sense. Yeah, you could do it. It's fine. Go for it.
Yeah, man. Like basketball practice with the teenagers, or doing drills where we're counting out like makes or something. You better believe every time it went from 6 to 7, I was doing that hand motion.
Just gonna say yes.
And they're like, the young team, of course. The older team's like, no,
please stop. What are you doing, sir?
And I'm like, I'm doing this to embarrass you.
It's working. It is working.
Thank you. You're only making me stronger with your cringe.
Yeah. This game, by the way, started with 24 players, and we're now 3 episodes in. We still got a lot of fucking players.
20!
Yeah. And the thing is, I think I did read somewhere that we're getting 1 more episode than normal, but that's
not enough.
That's only 1. And there's, again, a lot of fucking players left. So are you starting to worry that we're going to, be going through just the wood chipper here real soon?
I am legitimately starting to worry. Now, the most likely thing, I don't know what's most likely. Again, we got a fucking country music star coming on next week. Like, there's still Mr. Beast. Like, there's still a chance for this to go fucking sideways.
Who we should have had as the musical guest next week is the Let the Bodies Hit the Floor guys, because it's about time.
But if I was structuring it, for one, losing Kyle maybe shifts. Like, maybe they were going to do a double elimination here, but okay, we're back on schedule. And I could also see not wanting to front load double eliminations at the beginning. It's like, we just got them here.
Right.
We really only want 1 episode or 2 episodes of, Cirie and Christian, because they could go at the same time or whatever, right? Obviously, you're always going to lose 1 per episode. So it's like, let's get enough time with these beloved characters before we start just swag. But there's and again, this. What if they do something really fucking stupid and be like, everybody who loses the challenge is gone? Or Mr. Beast comes along and is like, if you want to quit right now for money, because that's apparently a thing he does on his stupid show.
Is it?
Yeah, the Beast games. And it's not even just Jeff Probst bribing people to quit a challenge. He does that to quit the game. Apparently it's the go-to move of his whole thing. It's just how many times we can get people to quit, which just sounds like just fucking fascinating television.
But then
there's even things it's if you as the randomly assigned captain of this group decide, you can just make all these other people out of the game and you get money. And it's you can't, please, that can't be it. If that, something like that, or we're doing a challenge, 3 tribes, the losing tribe, everybody's gone, then the fucking season's broken, and maybe I'd even want to walk away. That's how bad it would be. Now, I gotta trust that Survivor wouldn't do that.
Right.
But there's just so many fucking people still.
I know. That's the thing. It's I'm now hopeful enough on this season. Like I said, I don't know why I even had skepticism. It's all washed away. I'm good. I'm on board. I'm convinced we're gonna do well this season. I'm enjoying it. So I can't allow those thoughts to enter my head. I feel no, that's not gonna be it at all. We're not going that direction.
It would be just the most colossal fuck up, and it's just the only thing that makes me worried. It's just I don't know how they handle 24 people in 26 days. So it's
right.
I had been assuming one tribe immune, the other tribe's not, but this is 3 episodes now and it hasn't happened.
Well, I think we actually probably have a slight frame of reference. On Australia versus the world thing. It was like, was there 14 of them in like 16 days?
Something like that.
So I mean, that's pretty close. So
yeah,
I don't feel like that was a constant double boot situation. Like they got through them quick enough.
But yeah, if they do double boots, and they did have like all right, we're voting again type stuff. Like, voting out multiple people per episode, that's fine. I don't love it, but that's the game. But if like they suddenly just remove people from Survivor for other ways, what if they remove fucking Cirie for not getting voted out? Man, like that's game over type stuff.
Yeah.
So and again, they're protective of their game. I don't think they would do that.
Nah, let's not get pessimistic.
It's just I'm just a touch getting worried because it's like, hey man, we got to thin out this herd at some point.
Right.
Again, maybe they just start next week. And again, like it's just like, hey, we lost Kyle and we wanted to give some time before, because like one of the worst things the show ever did was like, hey, 2 of you aren't going to be here tomorrow. I can't allow.
That was amazing.
So,
such a dick move.
Or sending Rupert home right away in Blood versus Water. So it's like, I understand, like give him some time. But it's just like it hasn't happened enough that I'm like, oh, there's just like a tiny bit of worry that's crept in that they're going to do something terrible.
Yeah. Let's get to a quick piece of fan mail here because I know you're going to be excited. As a head fake, by the way, I'm not actually going to do that one. The one that I was going to reference is one that we got just today, which says, can't wait to take my top off, but here comes 2 feet of unwanted white stuff on Sunday. And yeah, I mean, your unwanted white stuff reference does not land with me. I assume you must mean like MLMs that like sell essential oils or something. Because as a Floridian, I've had my top off for months. I don't know what white stuff you could possibly be referring to. So, so sad for you. And I'm absolutely not going to reference the other fan mail.
I'm doing it.
No, you're not.
So
Nope. Let it die. Don't give that person the satisfaction.
It was such a blast from the past, the way the internet probably still is in so many places, but I'm not in those places anymore, where like you'd say, I like a thing. And then somebody would be like, how dare you like those things and not like this thing? And I'm like, I remember how it used to be, where you'd share a thought and then like people would like, come after you for it. That's not the vibe around here. That was kind of fun in that way. Other ways, it's like, but I'm right and you're wrong.
Yep.
How about that?
Yep. Sort of like when we do our rankings where people are like, why don't you have...
Yes, that we get all the time.
Why don't you have 27 seasons tied for first? Like, what the fuck? How do you think rankings work?
Or the best is always like, I can't believe you had that ranked 17. It's totally 16. What?
Really?
Let me let you in on a secret. Gave no fucks. That's
right.
How.
All right. So instead, let's move on to something you're even more passionate about, which is Stevie Wonder. We should, why are we doing Stevie Wonder songs this week, Andy? Any particular reason?
Legitimately, because he's one of my favorites. So I was like, next time they do a blindfolded challenge, I don't care if it's maybe a touch inappropriate. I
mean,
now
Matt would argue it's entirely inappropriate.
Yes.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, this is not his thing. It's out there. There's a fun conspiracy theory about the legitimacy of that. And hey, what better way to give mention to conspiracy theories than the episode that we lost Q?
That's right. It is the perfect overlap.
Shout out to Q though. Like, you fucking nailed it. And now you're just like, nope, actually, never mind. It's like, hey, there's a powerful cabal of Peterists out there doing everything. It's like, nah.
Not those though. Don't worry about it anymore. No. Yeah.
It's all about the secret code that's happening in pizza places, not the emails. Hey, how about we get on the island and do stuff?
All right. So anyway.
Because it's fucking horrifying, by the way. And
let's transition into some light Stevie Wonder praise now.
Yes. Okay.
Perfect transition. You go first because you are by far the bigger Stevie Wonder fan.
Yeah, I'm actually a touch worried about what yours might look like.
No, it's
I'll
great.
just say, Stevie is actually one of my favorite musical artists. But I'll say that's actually a relatively recent phenomenon. Like within the past 5 years, I got into his music. Obviously, growing up, he was, a big deal. Saw him on the Cosby Show. But I'll just say his '80s songs, maybe not the most creatively fertile period of Stevie Wonder's career. No maybes about it. His '70s output is maybe the most creatively fertile period of any musician. But the longest I just kept reading like he's a genius and all this. And sometimes it almost feels like intimidating, right? When you hear like musical genius, oh yeah, this music's so important. But like if you haven't, I encourage you to give his '70s album a listen, because not only are they genius and important, they're actually just great pop songs. Like there's nothing challenging about listening to it. It's not like, Radiohead 6 albums in is like Steven music. I love Radiohead.
I was gonna say, like, you of all people.
But I get the thing. No,
Yep.
like it's like, oh no, these are great love songs. So anyway, I'll start with honorable mention, and for this, I'm going to go with the first 3.5 minutes of As.
Okay.
It's a 7-minute song. I think I've spoken before how I feel about that in general, about long songs, but more like first 3.5 minutes of this song are some of the most beautiful expressions of love recorded on music, which he's probably at the ripe age of 23 when he records that.
Oh damn.
But then he started when he was 13, right? But then he starts like doing this kind of like Muppets growl like type thing, and then like another 3.5 minutes. It's like if you just want to cut there, it would probably be number one. But as it is, I gotta put it as like an honorable mention.
As someone who is not well versed in this Stevie Wonder catalog,
please listen to that song now.
Now I want that. Speaking of, this is a beautiful transition too. Like I've been trying to like play some, music that I used to listen to for my kids and see like, oh, what's the reactions, right? So, played some Green Day, got a positive reaction. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. And then I played Macy Gray and I got, that sounds like Elmo.
They're not wrong.
I was like,
wouldn't it be awesome if Elmo was cutting tracks?
Yeah. And then, it's like, okay, I do hear it, but like, come on, she's talented. Anyway, all right. Now I'm gonna have to go listen to Stevie Wonder voice a Muppet. I'll do my number 3 because I feel like you're gonna have far more to say about this. My number 3 is Superstition because that's catchy.
Superstitious. No,
Sure.
You're right. Superstition. You're right.
Superstition. Yeah. No, I was gonna say I had to look it up. That's why I know
typed it wrong, and then it's like, no, that's wrong.
I mean, it says very superstitious, so I can understand. But
yes. No, it is definitely superstition. Yes, I do have things to say about it, but I'm gonna wait.
Yeah.
So mine. Oh, do you have anything more to say?
No, that's it. That's my number 3.
So my number 3, I'm gonna go with kind of before he had his 70s period where he'd gotten control and being able to write all his own songs and all this. His early Stevie records, well, his first ones, they didn't know what to do with them at all because he's a 12-year-old blind child. But then they like early Stevie records often like will have like 2 killer songs and a bunch of filler, which is how Motown just did it. They just churned, right? And eventually it's like, hey man, can I just like write my own songs? An later example, right before he kind of started to take more of his career, Signed, Sealed, and Delivered, which is a fantastic track off the album at the same time. At this point, I think he's 19, so very aged at that point. But yeah, love that song.
That's actually my number 2. So there you go. You just took one of my 3 things that I put very little effort into. But yeah, that was my number 2.
Fantastic.
Good song.
For me, at my number 2, I've got Sir Duke, which is, about the jazz songs that he liked growing up. But really, it's just about the joy of music and loving music. And that speaks to me deeply. And what do you got for your number 1?
I mean, my number 1 is a very sweet and joyful love song. It's Isn't She Lovely? Like it's a fucking winner. Like it's so catchy and it's like so uplifting and positive and like sweet and loving.
Yeah.
And it's a great song.
You got to listen to the radio edit, the ones that like on his greatest hits compilation. The one on the album track like is again too long. Actually, a couple of minutes of like his baby daughter like making baby noises. It's cute within the context of the album, but if you're making a playlist, find the radio edit. Much better. I was so worried you were going to put "I Just Called to Say I Love You" on this.
Nope.
Thank God.
Nope.
Which was probably my first Stevie Wonder song, and I fucking loved it. But I was 8 years old. Right. Is Pablum and it sucks. Probably the next song I knew was like "Part-Time Lover," also not good. Right. Or "That's What Friends Are For." I still kind of like that one. But my number 1 is "Superstition," which is one of the best pieces of music put together. It's so complicated and all of that. And like, he was never able to do this. Other artists try to get it. No. And what's crazy is like, he had this new, like the synthesizer, like it was very complicated. It's about the size of a room. It takes 2 guys to run. They were like these guys that made weird synth albums. He started working with them and like learning how to use it himself, which again, he had to learn in the dark with no manual. It's just an example of like, this guy is actually truly genius on a level, like you compare him to other musical genius like Dylan or whatever, but honestly, like Mozart would be a decent comparison. And the bass line of Superstition, one of the most famous bass lines in music, is not a bass at all. It's
Today
Stevie's
I learned.
left hand that he programmed into the synthesizer.
Nice.
That's him doing that. He did a lot of the parts. He wrote and performed a lot of those, like, for the record. Not the guitar though. The rhythm guitar, he got his good friend Ray Parker Jr. to do that. Do you know who that is?
Nope. I mean, the name is familiar, but no.
Who are you going to call?
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And Ray Parker Jr. is playing the guitar in the Sesame Street clip, if you've seen that, which is fucking amazing. All right. They just processed him out to Sesame Street, like, hey, can you just do a little segment? And he's like, sure, I'm going to bring out like 50 instruments and just blow the fucking doors off this place.
Also, this is far more Muppet content than we've ever had on this podcast. It's amazing.
Really? We should probably have more. So,
we should.
Those are my 3. Yeah, again, I was probably more, but like, I'm just really passionate about it. You should, again, listen to it. It's not it's just great pop music, and it's amazing. One last thing I want to talk about before we send this off is I wanted to send a happy birthday to my youngest son.
Nice. I did want to make the joke that it was your elder son who sent us that fan mail that pissed you off, because it was very funny.
But yeah, he turned 13 today. Which I just want to, a theme of this season is time comes for us all. Yep. Do you guys remember, longtime fans, when he was just a little baby that would sometimes start squawking on the microphone here? He's a teenager now.
Yep.
That's a thing.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll timestamp it and play this for you, but happy birthday, Christopher. And then at this point, he's probably just waiting for what everybody is waiting for, which is Mike's new song.
Yeah. Hit that theme music.
I really liked you. You're a seemingly endless well of entertainment. You should have a free pass to come back to the show whenever you want. If they refuse you cue, that would be a big mistake. At the very least, I hope we'll get to see